So the kids are back at school and now it's time to get you into a high-paying job that trains you and gives you flexible work hours. Now, these jobs allow you to work in your pajamas while paying you up to 6 figures. So let's hop right in because these will not last long. But first, I got to do my shout outs because you all have been having amazing results. Now, Miss New said, congratulations, everyone. I used one of the templates for a job at my organization and I'm off to the second round of interviews. And she said, I have to wait to hear back within 2 weeks to see if I got to the next step. Good luck to everyone. And I'm next. Well, listen, I am all about declaring that you already got the job, right? So if you use the templates and you've already made it to the next round, that tells me that you did pretty darn good. So we're going to congratulate you in advance. Keep us posted on how it goes. And then Caprice the Great said, I'm here to give my testimonial. I used your highly focused questions along with more of your tips, and I landed a remote fraud specialist role this morning. Excited to start and move on up. Thanks a lot. Seriously, congratulations to you. That is so exciting. I love it when you guys use the interview tips because it's one thing to use the resume templates, but when you start pairing that with the interview video that I put together for you guys and you start really working on that elevator pitch, that's what gets you hired. It's what gets you through the door. So congratulations to you. Y'all said congratulations to these people. We are all about clapping for people around here in the pay bump community. So Miss Increase said, hi, Jazzy. I used your resume template and landed an interview. Now, y'all can't just be leaving me hanging like this. You got to tell me who the company was so that we can really, really pray for you and just be excited for you and come back and give me an update. Okay. Sometimes I don't see your comments and they get buried, but we're going to congratulate you in advance because obviously the template worked well enough for you to get called in for an interview. So I need an update. And then we have Miss CW that said, hi, Jazzy. I just wanted to say thank you. I used your interview tips and they were blown away by the magic wand question. There were 5 interviewers and there was about 15 seconds of silence after I asked that question. A few just stared. There was a raised eyebrow and one leaned back in the chair and said anyone can answer. And she said that essentially they told them that she put them in the hot seat, which is huge. She said, I also used your business analyst interview thank you template. The interview was on a Friday. I sent the thank you note on Monday and Tuesday morning. I had an offer. Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations to you. I love it. I love it. I'm so glad that you use not only the templates, but also the thank you resume templates because why are we not sending thank you letters? Why are we not still doing that? It helps make you memorable. So everybody say congratulations to these people, clap for these people. And while you're at it, go ahead and share this video. There's somebody in your friend circle, somebody in your church, your community that needs these jobs, that also needs this motivation because a lot of people are struggling to stay motivated right now. So please share this video, share it on Facebook, share it directly with people. Just share the video so that we can get people hired and get people back to work. So now let's get into these jobs because a lot of you said, I'm sick of working in customer support, but I said, oh, wait a minute, because customer support can pay you 6 figures. Okay. DoorDash of all places is one of those places that pays you really, really well. Okay. And in this particular role, it is where you're going to partner with people across the customer experience team or maybe the product teams. And what's really cool about this role is it's not a phones role. It's not like a customer facing, front facing role. This is going to be a role where you are going to report into the consumer experience credits and refunds lead. Okay. So you're going to be the person that's kind of working in the background to make sure that the people that are requesting credits or refunds within their accounts are having the best experiences, okay? And that the policies are fair policies and that they make business sense, but they also make for a good customer journey. So you're that person that's going to say, well, we normally don't issue out credits for this type of situation, but maybe that's something we should start doing. So you may essentially partner with different teams across product or across the customer experience team to make sure that you are improving the credit and refund policy. So this is a role where you actually get to do something for the customer on the back end without actually talking directly to customers. It will be a position where you're going to be doing a lot of internal work. I would imagine this is not going to involve having to pick up a phone unless it's to call a colleague. So with this position, it is a very high paying position. If you look down here, like I said, these roles go into the $100,000 range. This is actually $110,000. So there is absolutely no reason why those of you that have worked in customer support, sales, operations, all of those positions, you should be applying for this, right? Because this all falls under the same umbrella. And listen, I've talked about how people like DoorDash or companies like DoorDash offer things like paid parental leave. So a lot of you are wanting to start families or getting ready to expand that family. Here's a company that pays you for 16 weeks to stay home and bond with your baby. Okay, I'm just saying. So I've done the resumes for you. We've had other people that have gotten hired at DoorDash as well. So make sure you're applying for this. Use the template. Sign up for the pro plan if you need a little bit more help and you want to be able to talk to our career coaches. Now, a lot of you have also said, well, Jazzy, what about for people that work in collections? Okay. So GitLab is actually hiring and they got a pretty nice job here with the accounts receivable analyst role. Now, I like this role because again, if you've worked in collections, you're already experienced in that, but maybe you don't want to be the person talking on the phone to customers. Maybe you don't want to be setting up payment arrangements and that sort of thing. So maybe you're someone that wants to work more with Zendesk and you want to work a ticket queue, or you want to just work internally and not be on the phones all day. Well, with this position, you can do just that. So this position, again, is going to be close to $100K, depending on where you live and how much experience. Now, when it comes to these positions, a lot of you have said, Jazzy, I've worked as a senior collections rep, or I've worked as, I've worked in accounting. That gives you the leverage that you need to go in and say, hey, my minimum salary requirement is $80K or it's $90K, especially if you're going to bring me in as a senior. And that's how we position all of the resumes within PayBump. We make sure we position you as if to say that this person has senior level experience, because when you position yourself as a senior, you get paid as a senior. You make that $100K that these people are saying is in their pay range. So if you're someone that has collections experience or accounting or any of that, accounts receivable or payable, you should be applying for this ASAP. Yes, they provide you with all of the equipment and training as well. I'm not sure how long the training is. I don't know if it's 12 weeks or not, but that's something that you can ask the recruiter about. Okay. Now, our next position is going to be with Charlie Health. We've talked about Charlie Health before. They are currently hiring for a learning and development associate. This I cannot stress. I love learning and development roles for people that have worked in school systems, or maybe you worked as a daycare teacher. Perhaps you've worked as a trainer in some capacity where you had to do onboardings, that sort of thing. Now, this position doesn't require you to necessarily create the curriculum from scratch. Okay. You are essentially going to be the person that is leading virtual training sessions for new hires. Okay. So this could be showing them how to get their PC set up. It could be showing them what paperwork they have to do internally for HR. It could be showing them what training modules they have to complete before a certain time. So again, training sessions for new hires. No, you don't need to have the clinical experience. You just need to be someone that has done any type of teaching, training, or leading in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So if you've worked in training or in enablement, that was hard. Especially if you worked in sales or any type of customer facing role, that is the type of experience that they are ultimately looking for. Okay. So I love that it's going to be leading virtual training sessions that gives you all this flexibility to work from home comfortably and to be able to do a job that actually pays a really, really decent salary. So for those of you that apply for this role, the salary with the bonus is going to go between $62K to $77K. And again, people that work in daycares, I know you're not making this number. So that's why I love for my teachers to be exposed to these types of opportunities. And yes, I have created the resume for you so that you can position yourself as a senior and potentially earn more than the 77K range that they have allocated for this role. Now, our next position is going to be with Yahoo. Okay. They are looking for a research associate for why is that hard? They're looking for a research associate for Yahoo Local Services. And you might be saying, well, Jazzy, I'm not quite sure if I qualify for that. But the reason why many of you do is simply because it's saying they want this role to be someone that can move fluidly between the big picture strategy and hands-on tasks and have some experience with AI prompting for research modeling. Now that sounds really complicated, but what they mean by AI prompting is if you were to ever chat into a customer support company and you say, hey, I broke my phone, I need to replace it. And you're talking to that AI bot. Well, the AI bot has been trained by a human to give certain responses to say, okay, how old is your phone? Is your phone under warranty? Is your phone an Apple device or is it an Android device? There's someone that's inserting those scripts into the AI so that they know how to respond to everyday customer inquiries. That is what this job is. Okay. So that's why it says that they're looking for someone that can assist with the AI prompting and someone that has any sort of AI powered research exposure. So that could be ChatGPT. A lot of you guys use that every single day. I use it every single day. So even if you don't have these software experiences, if you're using ChatGPT and you understand the concept of inserting responses and the concept of prompts that are used in ChatGPT, then this absolutely should be something that you should be jumping on like immediately, because I'm about to show you what they pay. Okay. Now this can easily go into what's this $117,000. Okay. And I will tell you, as somebody that kind of has some insider information, Yahoo isn't going to start you like at this lower range. Most of the time you're going to come in at mid range up to the higher range, depending on your experience. So if you have any experience, you've done customer support, you've worked in a contact center of any type, and you understand AI modeling to some degree, I would not be accepting less than 80K for this role. It goes up to 117K. So that tells you that they've got the breathing room to make that possible for you. So again, apply for this ASAP. A lot of you already have these skills like in Excel and in Google Sheets and in Airtable, which is just another version of Excel. So a lot of you have this experience. There is no reason for you not to be applying to this role. And next, we've got another learning and development role. Okay. This one's going to actually be with Dropbox. Okay. We've talked about Dropbox before, and a lot of you have said, Jazzy, I have experience in advanced learning and development. So for those of you that have like any of the college level experience, or maybe you've worked in it at L&D for like a school system or something like that. The reason why I am showing you a role like this is because once you guys spend a little bit of time in any type of L&D or even HR or ed tech, okay, I wanted to show you the earning potential when you pair all of that with just a little bit of AI experience. Again, understanding AI from a user level, from a entry level perspective to know how to insert prompts. This is what they pay for that. Minimum 137K. Up to $186,000. Do you hear me right now? Even if you're zone 3, mid-range pay 140 to 150K for the same stuff you do in learning and development with your educational background, right? 165K. Are you kidding me right now? There is no reason why my teachers should not be jumping up and down on this. I don't care if you were the trainer for Burger King. Training is training. Experience is experience. It doesn't matter where you used to work. It matters what you do with the information and how you implement it and how you can speak to how much money you save the company or how much you increase the productivity percentages. That is what matters. So all of you should be applying for this, okay? Because there's money on the table and it's just waiting for you to go and grab it. So if you need extra help, you need a little motivation, make sure you come talk to me over in the private community in Discord. Come talk to my career coaches as well and join a community of people that have already landed the jobs, right? The people that are landing the interviews, that are talking to recruiters actively. So you can ask them what they're doing so that you can connect with people and do mock interviews with these people so you can really prepare for your next job offer. And as I always say, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Oh,